Now I've got a quick book review for you today. Just a couple of weeks ago we did Mike Dawes' Flytier's Manual. Today I've got his follow-up to that. It's called the Flytier's Companion. It was originally published in 1990, just a few years after his first book, but re-released in 2015 as a spiral bound. In this one, in terms of format and layout, it's very similar to the first book, but it doesn't have the couple of introductory chapters on tools and materials. This one jumps straight into the flies. And the first 4 chapters are the same: nymphs, dries, wets, and then lures and streamers. But he does add a few more chapters here. He's got steelhead and sea trout flies, and a couple of short chapters on tube flies and Waddingtons. So I'm going to call this book a mix between a pattern encyclopedia and a how-to manual. Again, the layout is very similar. He's typically got 1 to 2 flies per page, a picture of it, the recipe of it, some hand-drawn instructions for how to tie it, and then a little bit of the background and history of most patterns. Now you may be wondering, if you have his first book, how much overlap is there between that one and this one? Well, really there's not much. There might be a couple of flies that are in both of them, but for the most part they're all new patterns that he didn't talk about in his first book. And it's a healthy mix of some historic patterns and some newer patterns, but most of the ones I saw in here are tied with natural materials. I saw a few with synthetics, like this buzzer, but I don't think I saw any with foam or rubber legs. So in a nutshell, I do kind of like this book. In fact, I like it a little bit better than his first one. So who is this for? Well, a beginner could definitely get something out of this, but if you're a beginner looking for your first book, there are better options out there for you. Now, an experienced tyer would probably get more out of it, but again, like his first book, I think the true audience for this is any tyer out there who likes exploring and experimenting with new patterns and maybe learning a little bit of the history of our sport. Okay, with all that being said, available on Amazon today at about $20. Do I recommend this book? Well, sort of. If you're a true fly tying history nerd like me, it's a pretty good book to have. Now, I did pick up 2 copies, so let's give one of them away. If you're interested, just leave a comment. Anywhere in the comment, use the word history. Today is Sunday, September 11th, 2022. I'll let this run for a week and say next Friday, September 16th, when I get home from work, I'll go to the random comment picker and pick a winner. So that's it, everybody. Have a great week. See you in a couple of days.